Um, are you hearing me okay? Good. Okay. We'll go ahead and go with the session. I don't think we'll be very long today. You're on Module 16 this week, which is a new module in this course. That this hasn't been in the course before, that Cisco just added this in when they did their whole CCNA course sequence. They've moved some security into it, and this is when you're hitting security. So this one's an introduction to security in this chapter. It's an overview of computer security. Have you had 1601 already, Mark? The basic security course? Okay. Basically, what you're going to see in this chapter is just real brief coverage of what you covered in that class. So this is going to give you a little bit of just an introduction to computer security. As we get into the next class, they're going to go more in depth in some stuff in the next two classes. So this one's just an overview on what some things are. When we were still having class, I actually covered some of the stuff that was in here, because I remember I talked about DOS attacks back when we talked about DNS. Well, not about DNS, but about ICMP and about ping. And then I've talked about a little about viruses back then and such too. So a lot of what's in this chapter, this module, is things that we've covered to a degree and that you've already covered already in 1601. So that's where this chapter module is going to come from. Then next week we'll have one more module, which I haven't posted out there yet, which actually has been around since version 5 of the curriculum, which is building a small network. And so they're going to put together a few of the things you've learned about the switches and stuff, and just show you how to build a small home network and put that together there. So it should be an interesting chapter for you. I'll try to get it posted pretty early this week, but I'll wait and see. Because I'm trying to do a bunch of things as we're coming down to the end. Those classes that I have, work ethics, and I've got to get that done next week. I really don't want to do that this week. And I really would like to finish catching up on grading this week. I'm not sure in your class. I'm pretty close in most classes. I know the other hybrid section, I actually had 2 chapters to still grade. The online one, I think I'm caught up in. I just clicked the wrong button. And I actually caught up in your class because I need to grade the module 14 lab, but that's the only one I need to still grade for y'all, which is the last one y'all turned in because you didn't have one on 15. So getting there on that. Reminder that May 5th is the deadline for turning everything in, tests and assignments. Discussions have to be done on the week they're done on. If you do the live collaborate, I've got at least one in here right now doing today. That means you don't have to do discussion that week, but discussions have to be done on time if you have to do them. The final exam will be available from Saturday, May 2nd through Wednesday, May 6th. That Friday morning at 10 o'clock, I should have to turn grades in. So if you've got some things you've missed or whatever that you need to make up, please be getting those on done and turned in, and not wait until the end of next week or the first of the following week, because it's not going to give me much time. I'm not sure. I was going to mention about permission forms, but let me look on that to see who How many still missing in this class? I'm still missing one in this class, and I've notified all of those people that need to get me their um, permission forms, and that's where one of the reasons I've sort of delayed on transferring grades, and that I need to be working on that too. So I'm going to try to work on that pretty quickly now. Registration is ongoing. If you haven't registered already for summer, you need to do your registration. Um, if you're in cyber, be sure you get with Mr. Spurlock or me for advising. If you're in the other programs, you can get with him or me for advice on what classes to take in any of the CIST programs, or with Ms. Hopkins, or with Mr. Cantrell. And we can advise you and also register you. You can register yourself, but let's say if you're in cyber, please get with us for advice first so that you take the correct things so that you can get maximum benefits. Beyond that, I think that's about all I've got for today. Course evaluations for the college have been sent out in email, and you're encouraged to do those. I will look at them. I won't get to see them until after I turn in grades, so that won't have any effect on your grade. It wouldn't anyway, even if I could. And they actually get used on my annual evaluation. As instructors, part of our annual evaluation is based off the score that we make on our evaluations. You will also have to do an evaluation for, of course, feedback for Cisco to be able to take the final. That course feedback is available now, that you can go ahead and do it now if you want. I've already activated it. I will also try to shortly start transferring the packet tracer grades across from the packet tracer courses to the 2451 classes. So that's about it. I'm trying to stay active, so I am doing some things some afternoons, and this afternoon I'll probably spend a little bit more outside. It looks pretty out there. I haven't really been out today. Besides that, my car's acting up a little bit, so I take it to the garage. And Sunday was a rainy day, and I didn't get out at all, but I worked on classes all day that day after I got the 2 church services online and going. So I might do a little bit of time to do something else. All right. Any questions for me today? Okay. Yes, it's at the NetAcad website, and if you look in assignments there, it'll be on the list somewhere down there. Because y'all, the way the list appears for y'all is different than the way it appears for me, but it'll be there, and that you can do it. If you don't do it before you go to do the final will make you do it before it will let you do the final. So it will make you get that done. I did finish my second class I was taking from Cisco this semester on Sunday. Made 91.4 on the final, which oddly enough is what I made on the final for the first class that I was taking this semester, because they're giving me 3 classes in one class there at North Carolina at the college up there. That normally I would have to pay to take the class, but National Science Foundation, I got in on a grant that paid for a group of us to take them this semester. So I've got 2 IoT classes down now, and now I'm waiting for them to activate the third one for me, which will be IoT security, and then I've got basically a month to get that one done in, because I have to get it done by May the 23rd. And that's the one I'm really interested in getting to. Should be interesting with the security on that stuff, and so I'm looking forward to on that. And both of the first two classes, and the instructor says the third one's the same way. There's a couple of units that overlap between them. And like in the second one, it had one unit that was just about basic networking, which is the stuff that's in y'all's class. So some of it was not new stuff to me. All right. Seeing if I'm not seeing any other questions, I'm going to tell you to have a good week, Mark. And anybody else that's listening in that listens to the recording later, I'll try to get the recording, post it later today. And then anyone that wants to, those that want to listen will be able to. So I'm going to stop the recording.